Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Okay, hello everybody. Good evening to you, all bulls. Let's see who is here. Let's check that the stream is working. That I'm live. The chat is not working. Why is there no chat? What the heck? Yeah, chat is enabled for everybody. Yet I can't see anything. Oh, okay. It's working. Hello Queenie, hello Ada, Dorian. What's up? So, a bit of bullish price action today. Try to see what we can read on all of that stuff here. As I'm seeing it right now, you know, well, firstly, it seems that we may have finished an impulsive move down on the very low time frame here, right from the top. So question, is it part of a flat or is it the beginning of another move, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or ABC? All right, that is the question. But there's a bit of trap shorts. Maybe we dive slightly lower. Hello, Kelly. But looking at, you know, open interest, usually when I see so much increase in open interest after you squeeze a bunch of shorts. All right, here there's a bit of madness, but yeah, usually a pretty good sign for reversal here. I would have liked to see the high get taken, which we didn't. But we'll see. One thing sure is with so much open interest, we can expect somebody to get squeezed one side or the other. And looking at this kind of price action, well, you can get what side is likely getting trapped here. At least most likely. It doesn't mean that if we continue to push here, well, might just squeeze the aggressive shorts that change the trend here, because it is very much aggressive shorts attempting a trend change here. But yeah, founding going pretty high. Basically, if we are the high of a range, if we can call that a range, I mean it is still. Maybe we have more of an up-sloping range. Channel. Man. Oh yeah, for now it's just, you know, a bit of overlapping price action. So yeah, maybe we come back, take the low again, or maybe we just start to stabilize, and I'm gonna come back on this. But firstly, maybe could be a nice idea. So this idea of an ending, they're gonna didn't play out. Or it doesn't look like it. Last week's stream we ended with a few good position, right? Was looking to what is this here? Was looking for what? For a long on the liquidity sweep here, which did work out pretty good. Take profit above the high, and a flip into a short. That's too small, right? The idea was a short of for a low high, keeping in mind the possibility of an SFP, but with the structure we had, I was looking for that short pretty much. So not the most precise entry, but at least predicted. But it worked out pretty well. And you had this similar kind of stuff, you know, you squeeze a bunch of short and you got a huge increase on significant increase in open interest here on a Sunday, especially. Not necessarily huge compared to the rest, but for a Sunday that was at the high. And then we broke down. That was a bit tight. And so then the context here for the count, higher time frame. Let me hide my mess a bit. Right now, with the price action we had during the week, no, I'm kind of settling for this as a triangle wave 4 here. For this price action, there's an alternative we're gonna discuss in a minute, but it's basically because to finish this move kind of work better with just an impulse starting from this intermediary swing here at 29,860 down to here. Here I can complete an impulse. At first I was okay, maybe we have a 1-2, 1-2, 3 extensions and could have seen continuation down, but with how we are just keeping up a flow here and it is lasting, so it doesn't look sensible to count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. You know, it doesn't make much sense as it is right now, which means that we have a good candidate for a complete impulse down from the high of July 13. Right, and so if we complete an impulse down here, well, with that in mind, we mainly have two options. Either we have a flat with this big range here, A, B, and this has a wave C, which means we can go up for new highs. And with the higher degree count context, well, that the main bias I will have right now is to look for a subwave 2 here, so that will be an explosion up, right? Now, it is not certain, definitely not certain that wave 2 is in, and this is a complete flat by itself, right? Because we could finish the impulse at that high. Which is why I also am suggesting here, potentially we just finished a wave A, right? And if, in fact, if we are more bearish, this move could be a wave A or wave 1, right? And that means that what we are working on currently could be just a corrective move, where its target, well, there is no minimum maximal target here. there is a maximum. It needs to be a lower high compared to the 31,842 high here. But you know, it can be a retest of range low. It can take a bit of liquidity above or highs here, you know, around 30,400 some change, 450. It can be a retest of NPOC. So it's kind of, yeah, very uncertain. We can pull a fib to see, to look for a better confluence. So obviously we'll have a golden pocket, a large golden pocket, 786 confluence with NPOC and a upper daily level here, and 50% here with the POC of the range, basically, or 382 here, just lower daily level of the range. Right, we have the boundary here of the daily, I think, if that's still correct. Yeah, pretty much. Most important ones. With the 382. Well, obviously, so if we, in theory, that could also be enough here. I think in terms of time it's not, so I think this is gonna continue. But as price action is evolving here, I am slowly shifting my bias a bit more bullish. I will see. It's, you know, it's choppy, so we are into corrective price action here, and so you know how this can get yeah, extremely complex to count. Maybe even this is too short, but I mean, it can go on a lot of overlapping here, especially if we are indeed into wave B or wave 2, especially a B, because that would mean we are into a corrective or a corrective. So, you know, I'm not spending too much time counting low time frame here. You know, just locally. But for example, here, I mean, at the beginning, I've looked, especially for fib target, etc., for a corrective pattern here, as I was still looking for potentially more downside, whereas maybe I already deleted 10. Oh no, it's, yeah, I was looking potentially for wave 4 and continuation down, the potential valid alternative. As the FOMC kicks in and kind of almost fully invalidated this as a wave 4, it's okay. This is getting way too choppy to really do the sub count. So, you know, I have a swing low, I have a swing high. Here I have a break of market structure, so again I have a swing low. I can count the move separately. In fact, I, you know, look for this simple count. I was looking for the EBC. It went a bit lower than I initially started to bid in here, but you know, still very valid. We take the golden pocket, simple stuff, taking a bit of liquidity. The initial low was better, but yeah. Now, this is gonna be the same, right? This is 3 move up so far. Now, if we continue to push higher, then starting to have more of an impulse, and you can bet on higher lows to hold, maybe. The main idea is for me is to look for longs right now, scalp longs, and keeping open a significant portion to be ready for a comeback into the range here, range above us. And when we start to claim this, if we don't just do again a deviation, but at that point I think we should see a breakout or maybe a sub 1 and a breakout. Yeah, you know, I would just focus on that as a 1, this as potentially a 2. If now we come back lower, we sweep here, you know, will I spend too much time trying to count this? Probably not. I know that if we sweep some lows here, I still be looking for longs, especially as of now I have a decent invalidation here. So, you know, I'm gonna get stopped if we breach this morning or yesterday low. But I will long to re-enter here. Maybe I'm not gonna, yeah. In fact, I'm not gonna get stopped because I already take profit. I'm just gonna compound lower here. And I'm really willing to take the risk here. Now that might be wrong. Do you expect this to be a higher low? What's this? Oh, locally. I don't know if you mean locally. For now, I don't know. I think it looked pretty good as a local top here. And for now, we just have a corrective move up, right? We didn't even breach the high, did we? No. 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 Okay. I would be more inclined to take a short again here if we can get a bit bad bounce. Defend that high. It's significant enough here. Wait a hold. I'm hardly reading the structure here. The thing is, as I'm reading the higher time frame, now with this price action, especially since Wednesday, yeah, just as I said, I just hardly see us continuing down right away. I had planned earlier for a sweep of the low, or even 2 sweeps, even a bigger breakdown. But with this, I'm seeing it a bit harder. But there is definitely an option where we can still break down and be bearish, because for now we're still holding a bit at the edge, right? Alright, I'm not so sure I'm a lot interested in longing a I'm not looking for another SFP, that's what I mean. I'm afraid that if we reach the low here, we might accelerate down. Because as I'm reading this structure here, I would be looking at this still as a wave 1 down, and this as a 2 then. I mean, it can just break. It doesn't have to full capture. Yeah. I mean, target is way down there. If that's the case. And especially the context we are in right now, you know. We did a bit of deviation of the 12-hour support. We reclaim it. For now, we are holding it. So for now, I'm still inclined to look at this as potentially a deviation, right? It still needs to prove itself because for now we didn't reclaim the low of the range, right? But if we do, well, we have deviation. So yeah, we can look for choppiness and rejection at POC. Yes, there's value high. That is not the right one, but yeah, golden pocket and so on. And maybe we just chop back into that range. But if we bridge a low here, well, what do we have? We have a breakdown and we have a retest of a range low, and we may have just some kind of capitulation, right? Just like, yeah. And be an LPSY, basically. Volume is not crazy. Prices are very low, to say the least. At the same time, we still have big swings on open interest, even with low volume. Open interest kind of suggests that we feel short, yeah. I mean, you can see where did we build up the open interest here. It's here. And today here, when you build open interest like this and bullish price action, you can feel short, really. Funding going up. Yeah, this is contradictory to what I'm reading. Wave 2 could also come back higher here, of course. Maybe we get this kind of sneaky LPSY over the weekend. You know, I'm not sure I want to look much more for sure if we reach our high of the week here. Yes, it's getting really obvious. I mean, that could be worth it again, because there is a valid ID here on a lower high. Really, if it gets sneaky, extremely quick, big open interest increase again, well, we can even be a bit more patient and wait for a retest. A change of market structure at least. Ideally, I would just want to see this go sideways now. Hi, hello. Hey there. I'm liking that we are range bound here at 29, holding the daily pivot and dragging the 3D stock RSI down for a long push higher. Okay. Daily stock RSI has been in oversold for 11 days. And you're still looking at 28.3 potentially. Or we make item from WXY correction and now in a potential flat. Item from WXY and now in a potential flat. Not sure I'm reading what you're saying here. I'm understanding what you're saying. Okay, yeah, maybe. And that's how it could turn out this as a good SFP if we are on a flat here and going down more. And as I was showing especially to the crew earlier this week, so most of you, where is here? What I can be looking for here is this kind of fractal that we had over the course of our uptrend since November, especially with the one of November, December low here. And we did that multiple times. So yeah, we have four nice events like this. So that one was a bit more complex, but we had this here, this here, this here. May have even a little one here, and this kind of structure we see on the larger time frame. In fact, we break the low, consolidate just under it with rather diminishing volume. Yeah, here we have a lot of selling. A lot of aggressive selling on the downtrend, but then it kind of died off in terms of volume. And that event was a bit more special. Here again, you get almost no volume here. And just, you know, deviation below your significant low. That one was a smaller one, but we did made a market structure change, and we spend a lot of time here, you know, into that consolidation, and we break below the low, so that was still a significant one. And so that's the kind of structure I'm looking at, especially because they are very not obvious in terms of count here. You know, we don't have on low time frame. We didn't had any clear impulse move here. That was a pretty clear corrective move up, yet it kind of old. Every time we had a sweep of liquidity here as well, intermediary low, we had quite an impulsive looking move down. So again, very not obvious for lower time frame position. Well, that was the fifth, so we took the very low, and here we took the very low, but it kind of looks like 3 wave. In fact, it is an impulse that I've been counting, but again, extremely low volume here. We have a bit of sideways price action, and so now we did took already a bit of liquidity here. you know, we have a decently low volume, so we have some spike here and there at the swings. It kind of look a bit weak on the buy side, I'd say. Maybe we get another. So yeah, we got a very small sweep here of intermediate lows, but could take a few more. Yeah, not necessarily the last one, but maybe. Would like to test, yeah, below here. But now we don't have the nicest structure. It's really hard to do Elliott into this. Or to make context of the whole, right? Again, counting separately, we have 3 moves. This, I don't even want to try. I mean, we can have a leading. Yeah, 1, ABC, 3, ABC, 4, 5. That is potential leading. Hasta la vista. Are we do for a target of 31,200, 31,300. Zoom out, and we would be in the wave X. Oh, okay. Okay. Question if we could be in a flat and take the high and still continue a correction, running or even expanding. And yes, we can extend. Don't know if I would go directly thinking WXY, but you know, in theory, if this is even like this ABC flat, well, you can have your wave 1, 2 here, or this can be just the first wave of a correction as a W or even as an A, right? An A of a flat. Let's make a harmonic. And then we can take the high again and come back and build a bigger range here. That's right. We don't have to launch as soon as we take the high. We might get a bigger range. That's what we... And so we'll see WXY or ABC. By the way, what's the reason for the rejection we are having right now? I was expecting a SFP of previous day high. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I mean, you know, there was long. The short got squeezed and then come on, I say no. Yeah, we squeeze a bunch of shorts, and there is a bunch of passive shorts that have been building here. Just, yeah, trapping the FOMO as we were approaching the high again. And it was looking, I don't know how you... You see people get wrecked a bit here, get stopped, it's holding, it's make higher lows. I know they get stopped, and now it's launching again, and so they get FOMO, they buy at the resistance, and you see on open interest that somebody was absorbing it. So now it's rejecting. Is it gonna hold on a higher low, or are we maybe gonna do a WXY like this? Here, could see that. Okay, and now I am dumping again. Yeah, I don't know. Could you have count the lower time frame here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it make sense? 1, 2. It's not easy here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not very clean. Or maybe more simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure target are nice, but it's valid. Yeah. Now, as I stated, if we are going for a breakdown on this hold, well, maybe we can count this as a 1, 2 and this as a sub 1, 2. I don't like to do this kind of extension like this, 1, 2, because second wave doesn't look great. But you know, it's always possibility. That could be the reason to defend that high, but I defend that. I mean, that's what it can become if there is so much sellers that passive sellers that the FOMO can breach here and take the liquidity above here. Well, that might indeed be a bearish. Give a bearish outlook, shows that there is really a lot of dominant supply here, seller dominance, and they were just front running each other, making the high not takeable. I'm gonna be undecided again today. Gonna be very undecided here. I think I would really just like to see price go sideways to be more confident, and I say, okay, I'll see the low not taken and price just stabilize, go full on, light bet on a higher low here. I mean, if we are bullish, then we have a 1, 2 here, that's for sure, or AB, but come on, don't delay to what 4, 5. But as we breach the low here, at the much extension we can get, we have 1, 2, So maybe you can fit a 1 here, or you do a sub 1-2 and a sub 1-2 here. Can be worse, betting on a higher low if enough position. Yeah, you see, you already get a bunch of the trap long stopped. Now, ideally, you would want to trap short on the other side. Maybe go a bit deeper here. Maybe that was just the end of the impulse. What the heck? I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, the weekend back though. I think I'm gonna let this play for now. You know, just chilling into longs from lower, ready to pad back lower. If I can read something here to do, can it be worth it to look for higher low maybe? Look for continuation still. Maybe right now it felt a bit like a limbo. Again, we'd like to see the open interest continue to flush a bit more and bull back. As easy as that. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut the stream short here, I think, because I don't have a lot more to say. It's extremely complicated to read here. It's just going for the long Still it break down. Might was to defend that high here now. And you know, for an edge, you know, obviously you take profit along the way. In such circumstances, I would take profit on a higher low before my take profit on the market structure change. Most likely, if it breach, it becomes the best short. Can give 2 tentative on the short, but probably not much. And if it go higher, it go higher, right? But as it is, yeah. Especially with this dump here right now. Now, if we take the high, because until then we could still have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th or 5th here, and then you can argue a corrective move. But now you have a 1, 2 and a 1, 2 if this continue higher, so it's gonna be higher. But just a bounce on liquidity for now. And so the base short. Yeah, I mean, probably a golden pocket and the breaker here. Or maybe be aware of that. See, there's the rejection here. Might get a bit more aggressive. I know what you think. So it's down to 29, 555, ABC 230. 400. Could this an impulse from the low 28, 850? Could this be an impulse from the low 28, 850? Yes, definitely. I mean, I didn't spend much time counting that mess, but there is some kind of expanding diagonal. I don't know exactly what is the correct one here, but it's a mess. And yeah, it can be a good training if you want to see what is correct here. You need to subdivide it in ABCs, most likely. There's most likely flat in the middle somewhere. You need the third to be bigger than the 2 and the 5th to be bigger than the 3rd. You know, I know it can be a 1. It's an expanding. And there's probably, just for the expanding diag here, there's probably a 10 combination to check to make sure which one is correct and doesn't break any rules. With most likely flats inside the correction, so yeah. That's the kind of stuff I don't want to lose my mind on. It can be an impulse. For sure. And remember, as always, you know, I'm looking low time frame. I'm obviously still thinking Elliott Wave and when looking at low time frame, but we have to be able to not focus too much. We have a swing low, a swing high. Here potentially a swing low. If it's continue higher, well, you have a 1-2 on AB, and that's it. If it dip a bit lower first and then it breaks a high, you have your 1-2 or your AB. Because sometimes it's not going to be obvious, as I show here. You know, if you take especially even that one, you have a pretty clear impulse down, but if you take That one from the banking collapse in don't remember where, in March, I think. No, if you look at the count here, you just have an obvious corrective move up. You have an A, you have a triangle B, and you have a C. Yet it continue higher. Right? And often the low, especially on a kind of trappy price action like this, when it is a lot of overlapping and at emotional level, usually below support or above resistance, deviation, especially at close, you're not gonna have any obvious thing. So then how do I count this? But I have a wave 1 here and a wave 2 here, and then I can count the rest. That is a lot cleaner, right? 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4, etc. Then you're trending, so you can count. Yeah, I guess I will stand that. We have two long possibilities, one short, two shorts. Yes, you do a deviation here. And I will be really cautious if we breach a low. That's pretty much it. Anyway, well, thanks everybody for joining in. Maybe not my best stream, but I do with what I have, right? And so I will see you very soon. Anyway, most of you, if I have further updates, I will let you know in Discord for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So have a good weekend, take care, and see you all soon.